Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, welcome back, welcome if you are new. My name is Brittany and in today's video I just want to relax with you guys. I have been sick, I've been resting, and I actually missed one of my first video recordings that I wanted to do for you guys in 2024. So this week I'm going to be playing catch up, and I'm going to try to get that content done for you guys because I'm really excited to share it with you. And because I've talked about it a lot already, you know, I feel like you guys are expecting it, so I want to get it up for you guys. So what I'm going to do is to relax. I'm going to create some art today, and I'm currently working in my Junk Journal January book that I made. I think I showed this a couple times in past videos, and today's prompt is layered. So there's actually a like a collage art project that I found out about thanks to my my book making club that I've talked about, the handmade book club, and one of the members shared some of her artwork in the community like meetup over Zoom, and her name's Kathy Johnson. She does have YouTube and she does have an Instagram, so if you're interested in collage, I would recommend you check her out. This isn't like paid promotion or anything like that. I'm just, you know, sharing my experience with how I fell in love with her art. What she shared with the group was eco printing, which I haven't dove into yet, but I'm very eager to learn more about that because I also garden. But for her collage, she takes these pieces here that you see laying on my workspace from security or legal envelopes, and she uses collage to create art out of them. And I thought that like she just did eco printing, but then she shared this during one of the projects. I think it had to do with slow stitching, and she did some stitching over it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's really clever. So now I've been checking out her stuff, and I just want to try it, especially since today's prompt is layered for Junk Journal January. I thought that would be a perfect time to try this. So what we have here, this is just a security envelope I'm going to cut up, and because I pen pal, I usually hate to cut up my envelopes because I go through them pretty quick, but this is for the sake of art. So I think all of my pen friends would understand because they know how healing art is to me, and they know how much I love to create. So I'm sure they're not going to mind if I cut up one of their potential future envelopes. But I was really happy actually that I had some security envelopes in my stash because of all the ones I've been saving from like junk mail and things, I didn't have blue. And I really wanted blue to be in my art that I create today because it's my favorite color. And there are some really beautiful patterns that I think you could make that reflect nature. So like if you wanted to do like a pond, or if you wanted to do like an ocean scene or a wave scene, you would most likely want blue, right? Or even like the sky, I would think you would want to use blue. So I'm actually going to keep these because if I'm going to continue doing art like this, those might come in handy. So I'm just going to set them to a side. So there's my one piece of blue paper that I have. And I did these ones earlier this morning. I just cut them out of envelopes. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying not to take pieces with the fold. You can see that was from a junk mailer. But this one I kept just because it seemed very, like a very pristine graph. And I was like, that's going to come in handy. But like here you can see on this one, it has some text there, and then this white, so I'm just going to cut that off. Even if it does make the piece smaller, I'm not too concerned about that because I'm probably going to be tearing these anyways. So I'm just going to cut the text off. And I know you might be thinking, well, why are you even bothering making it smaller by cutting the text off? I don't know. That's because it bothers me to, like, if you hold this a certain way, you can see the text coming through, even though it's a security envelope. Like some of these, the text is really bold and you can see it. That one, not so much. So I just cut it off. But yeah, here's another one, another junk mailer. And then I try to cut away from any like inking patterns. So right here, it looks like it's a little bit darker. I don't know if that's from the adhesive from the little plastic window, but I just try to cut around that. And this is my first time doing this. I'm by no means an expert, but I'm just telling you guys like what's my preference and what's like speaking to me. And those are like the vibes that I'm getting and the way that I want to proceed with it. So just cutting off the excess white and then cutting off any text that might show through. I don't really see the stamp. I mean, if I hold it like this, I can see it, but I don't think it's bold enough that it will impact it when I put it down. So I'm going to leave that one. But yeah, I've just been collecting them as I get them in the mail in this little envelope. And there's all different kinds in there. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Look at that. We're going to take some of that pattern for my art today. Kind of looks like a bunch of like bird tracks. Like a bird was tramping around. So yeah, she is amazing with her eco prints, and I really want to learn how to do that. She has like rust eco printing. She does plant eco printing. She, like I said, she does slow stitching. It's just so inspiring to see her artwork. I love to look at her stuff. I have this one. I do. Just trying to make sure I have, ooh, look at that. A bunch of variety here before I get started. I'll just take a little piece. I think that's enough for now. All right, and then what I'm gonna do, I have some stamps here too because I want to have a reminder that these are envelopes, like they're junk mail that I got. So I put some stamps there in case I find one I want to use. And I was collecting these because I created some other stamp art in one of my other journals. I think it was my Junk Journal July book, I believe, that I created stamp art in. So what I would like to do, it's so appropriate too that this page is a graph, because I think that that's going to be helpful when I try to line the pieces up. But I just want to create like a landscape, and this looks like it's just right. So I'm just going to tear it very messily. All right, we'll save that. That looks pretty good. Or do I want it this way? I think I like it like that. I'm going to put it in there like that. And then I'm just going to put it down with this double side adhesive glue tape. I was thinking about doing like some Mod Podge, but then I thought, oh, that's going to take a while to dry and it's going to be messy, and then I have to, you know, potentially ruin a brush. So I just decided to use that because it's just paper on paper and I think it'll be easy. All right, so that's going to be like our sky, even though that kind of looks like gingham, like for a picnic blanket, and how it might be close at the bottom. I like that for a sky. Then I'm going to take this really dark one and maybe do like some cloud shapes. And I'll just put them here and there. So yeah, I mentioned earlier that I've been sick and recovering. You guys probably, if you watched my Vlogmas, you probably knew that I was going to get sick because I was sniffling a lot. And I don't know if it's COVID. I haven't tested. I'm already quarantining myself, so I'm like, we'll just quarantine and just to be safe. And if it is, it's like my 4th time having that, and I have all the vaccines and boosters, so so yeah. I'm just trying to drink tea, stay hydrated, have some soups. I'm gonna make me some Tiavana tea here in a little bit, because I do feel like my throat is you know, starting to, like, my voice might start to go. So, but in the good news, my right elbow injury is almost healed. That I was talking about in my Vlogmas videos. It only hurts me every now and then when I move it a certain way. And I'm not sure, like I said, what I have. It's probably honestly just a seasonal flu. But like I said, I'm self-quarantined to be, you know, safe. And but man, have I been sleeping. And like yesterday, I felt fine. Like I had energy, I was getting stuff done. You know, I was catching up. And then by nighttime, I was out. I was out. See if I can move this real quick before it sets in. I just want it up a little bit higher to cover up the blue. There we go. I think that's better. And yeah, I've just like been sleeping and sleeping and sleeping. And sleeping some more. I think I want that to be my bottom. And I'm just eyeballing this. I'm not taking any measurements or anything, because to me that's the most relaxing when you create, is to just go with the flow, go with whatever you're feeling, whatever inspires you. And to measure is just, I don't know, extra work, stressful, and I think that takes the fun out of it. And recently also I asked the question in that same group, in the Facebook community, how people are using their books, because I have found since joining the club that I have an abundance of books that I've made, and they are beautiful. They have lots of pages, and I know that I could just use them to journal in, but I just was curious, you know, what other members were using their books that they've made. And you know, a lot have gifted them, which I have gifted some to some of my pen pals. And some of them are using them as like recipe books, as like a scrapbook that they then give to a family member, which I think is an excellent idea. Some people are using them as like collage books or art journaling, because a lot of them we make with mixed media paper. And so I've just been trying to figure out what I would like to use mine for. And I am going to do another video sometime here soon about my ideas for that. But I'm still working them out, so I'm not quite sure. So you'll have to stay tuned for that. I would say I probably have 20 blank books that I've made. And I mean, some of them are going to go in my storefront when I get my storefront finished. I'm still working on that. Well, I think it would be pretty to mix that, because these ones look the same, but that's darker. I'm going to see if I can combine it. But yeah, so I am still working on my storefront. I almost have it where I would like to open, but I want to work on a couple of different other book types to have available for a little bit of variety before I do that. So I need to finish up those projects. And then, like I said, because I've been sick, I haven't been keeping up on that art journaling, the 366 art journal that I created for my YouTube channel. But don't you worry, I'm going to get caught up this week, and I'm going to film, and you're going to have it. It's going to be great. Alright, so I like that so far. It looks pretty good. I don't know why I tore that, because it's going to get covered up. But maybe we'll do something with that. Okay, and then maybe we'll put some of that graph in. Yeah, we'll do some graph. And I'm a little nervous too, because next week, I believe it is, I start my art class. And that was something else I was going to say when I was talking about being sick. I think that because I just finished with my studies and I actually graduated and like finished my portfolio and did all that jazz, that took a lot of energy and effort. And I think that my body was just like depleted, and when I got done, I think it was just like, that's it, I'm resting whether you want to or not. And I think it was just like, we're shutting down and you're gonna have to deal with it. I think it was a little bit of that too. But yeah, my art class is starting next week, and of course my class is the day when we're here in Ohio supposed to get hammered with snow. So hopefully little Ringo, that's what I call my car, it's a little hatchback, can get up the campus drive. We'll see. But yeah, so I'm a little nervous about that, just because I haven't taken an art class since like high school, with the exception of that community art class that I just took for the painting over winter. Well, that kind of still looks like it's torn, even though it's the bottom of that. I want to fill that up a little bit more. Maybe we'll put some of that blue down here to kind of look like that picnic blanket, like I said, because it kind of looks like gingham. Just kind of like messily put it there, coming off the page. I'm not sure what to expect with that drawing class either. Like, I'm not sure how my work is going to be graded. I don't know if I'm going to have like models that I have to sketch, or if I'm just going to be like drawing things from a picture perhaps. So that's got me a little nervous too, but I'm not sure about the supplies I need or anything like that. And it's just got me a little, I'm very excited, but I'm just a little bit nervous just because of the unknowns. So now I'm just going to pick out a stamp. Yeah, it's mostly excitement, but just a touch of nervousness. See what we got here. Anything blue? That one's got a lot of blue in it. Where is this from? Germany, it looks like. Oh, and it's even on security paper. How appropriate. And I think I'll just put it there, kind of like at an angle. Maybe there. I don't know. I don't want to cover up any of our work. Where should I put it? Maybe there. I might put it right there. Okay. But I'm very excited for my Photoshop class too, which starts next week. Again, I don't know what we're going to learn or what, you know, the content that we're covering is, but I'm excited to get that software. I'm excited to learn all of the apps and the storage and the editing and all of that stuff. I've got a lot of stuff happening next week, so there we go. And of course, I'll keep you guys updated on my progress. I'll probably share some of my drawings as well. I know that there's an art gallery on campus, and they're working on getting some people lined up to put like shows and exhibits on in there. So I think some of my work might end up in there. I might submit it for review. I don't know. There is a very exciting opportunity in my area to be an artist in residency, but I haven't applied. I'm still thinking about it. I might do it. I'm not sure. And then I'd have to be interviewed and go through the selection. We'll see. So this is what I created, and to me it does look like a landscape. I mean, we got a little picnic blanket down here. You got your little sky and your little clouds. This kind of looks like mountains here, and this could probably be like a body of water. I'm seeing it. Use your imagination, guys. But yeah, I really liked this. Excuse me. And I loved using up these scraps that otherwise would just go in the trash. And now I have this beautiful piece of artwork that is also part of my Junk Journal January. And the other thing that I really like about Kathy doing this, she has a workshop. So I think I might be signing up for that to kind of learn more about this. I just created this on the fly. And I like how it turned out. So I might do her workshop and just see what other things I can learn, what other tips and tricks she might have. But I love that she did this because a lot of people associate junk mail with like stress, or, you know, because it's a bill, or because I know junk mail's not your bills, but, you know, like the stuff that they put in with your bills that usually gets tossed, like the little flyers and the informational stuff. I like that she did this because it's putting a positive spin on that. And then now maybe when you go to the mailbox, you won't be so sad because you have a handful of junk mail. You'll look at it with a smile and be like, oh, I'm going to go create some art. I'm going to create some art. So yeah, I love that. And I love that she put that spin on it, because now I know I'll definitely be looking at it differently. But that's what I have for you today, guys. And I'm sorry if I was kind of low energy. I'm sorry if I was kind of, you know, rambling or repetitive. I'm recovering. And I hope that in my next video I am fully recovered and my energetic, happy-go-lucky self. But this is what I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed creating the next little art page in my Junk Journal January book. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Please like this video if you want more content like this from me. Subscribe if you'd like to follow along in my journey with this, because I will be flipping this in a future video. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Thanks. Bye.